This was good for us. I think the guys were anxious to get back on the floor in front of a crowd, put the uniform on with the lights on. And, obviously Wayne State is well coached. They're disciplined. So, we had to work for some of the stuff we were able to get offensively, but, I thought we were pretty efficient, especially in that first half. Then some things we have to clean up, but that goes with this time of year. But, overall, certainly a lot more positives from tonight than negatives.
Questions for the student athletes first.
Yeah, for both guys, obviously there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders when it comes to initiating this offense and playing with pace and getting into what you guys want to get into. How did you feel like you graded out in those areas tonight?
I feel like we did a pretty good job tonight. I feel like we were trying to get into our offense pretty quick, and I feel like Steven did a good job of doing that when he was at the one tonight. And I feel like, for us to not turn the ball over against a team that picks up 94 feet a lot, I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think that it was, for me personally, it was just super fun to get out there in front of fans and experience what it's like to play Creighton basketball. And Coach Mack even told me at halftime, you can play even faster. I think you can go even faster. And, so that's the joy of this offense, that we have so many weapons that when we do play at high speeds and when we can be efficient playing at high speeds, it just makes us that much more versatile. And when, you got Trey shooting 4 for 5 from 3, you got Baylor, over 50% from 3, and then, myself as well. It's a lot of fun to be able to have that many, high-level type of shooters, and the offense kind of takes care of itself at times when we take care of the ball.
Trey, kind of felt like you were scoring, from pretty much wherever you were on the court. What do you think was going well? What were you doing tonight to kind of get to your spots and score?
I think it just came throughout the flow of the offense. I think my teammates were hitting me in spots that they knew I could make shots. Kalk was setting good screens. They weren't really helping as much because they were scared of Kalk to get the lob there. He's a really good lob there. So when we have somebody like that, they can make teams not really play high up on somebody. It makes your job a lot easier as a ball handler coming off a screen. So kudos to Kalk.
You looked pretty fired up when Kalk hit that three-point.
Yeah. Just somebody. I love to see people that work on their game a lot in different areas, and for them to make that improvement. I'm really happy for Kalk. I think that he's worked his tail off this offseason. I think he's going to be great for us, and he's going to be able to spread the floor this year. And I'm just happy for him to see that he's able to spread the floor and be able to make shots that I've seen him make hundreds of times this offseason. So.
With this being your first and last exhibition game before the regular season starts, how do you feel like you guys have gelled, and what did you see on the court that looked good today?
Why don't you start?
Yeah, I think that this offseason has been one that I felt like it. I was stepping in from a different environment, and it just felt like a very naturally cohesive team. And I think that every single guy in that locker room, the first and foremost thing on their mind is winning the game. And when that's the ultimate goal, and when that's what the focus is, I think that everything goes a lot smoother. And so it's a very cohesive team, and we're a very unselfish team. And you saw it tonight that there's multiple guys that could go in and create and facilitate and then also get buckets. And when you've got high-level caliber players like that all around the floor, it just makes it very easy to hit the next guy for the shot, if you will.
Yeah, I think just picking back off of what Steven said, he came into a situation, and I think that he's one of the more unselfish players on the team. I think everybody has that unselfish gene because we all want to win, like he said. But I also think that this offseason we kind of got a little bit of a get ahead by going to the Bahamas and being able to play 3 games, and I think that's kind of where most of the gelling began. And I think this offseason is just kind of taking off from there. So I think that everybody on this team is unselfish, and we're just trying to win at the end of the day.
Steven, I know we don't know you very long, but the look in your eye before the game tonight was different than what we've seen. Were you, was there some nerves or excitement about playing in this arena for the first time? Were you trying to savor as much of that pregame hype and juice as much as you could?
Yeah, no doubt. I think you definitely noticed something that I was feeling. I even remember walking in before shoot around actually, and just the kind of the aurora of the arena, and I could smell the popcorn was getting ready, and the lights were about to be turned on for Creighton basketball, and I knew that it was actually something about Coach Mack's pregame a little bit was that now's our chance to go and show and set a standard, and I think that coming in, and this is my first opportunity to put on that jersey and wear the white and blue, and represent all of the great, Blue Jays that have come before us, and then, also represent, every player on this team. I just felt like there was a responsibility, but an excitement from my eyes that, like, we've got an opportunity to do something special, and if we're committed every single day, every single play, we'll be able to do something that, hopefully no other Blue Jay team has done. So one day at a time.
2 more for the student athletes. All right, guys.
Guys are good. See you in the morning.
Sweet.
Sounds good. Good job, Steve.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, there's still more. You guys look down. Michael, take it back. Keep it. All right, go ahead. Questions for Coach?
I think number one is, the cohesion of that starting lineup. They didn't play a whole lot tonight, but their efficiency was kind of through the roof. What did you see from that group that you felt like is what's been translated throughout practice?
Yeah, I didn't see anything that I haven't seen most days in practice. You heard him talk. It's not window dressing, the unselfish part. That's who they are, and I think that was evident in their play tonight, and it's been. It showed its face every day in practice. So, they want to win, and I think as guys get older and they're in the program more, playing and scoring and all the individual stuff means less, and winning means more. They get it, they understand it, and they play their roles really well.
Obviously, what's your approach to these exhibitions? Obviously, they don't count in the standings. But what are you looking for when you go into a game like this?
Well, I mean, they count as your practice. We get 30 practices in 42 days. So, the Iowa State scrimmage was a day that counted, and today's a day that counted. So you want to make sure you get something out of it. And different reasons you do a closed scrimmage versus this. But, for tonight, it's putting the uniform on for a guy like Stephen Ashworth and Isaac Trout, that are in our rotation right now that haven't played here before. It's a chance to get a little bit more comfortable and get some of the jitters out of the way and know what to expect when it starts to count for real. So, and you want to see execution. And defensively, Wayne State made a few mid-range shots. Some of them we have to challenge a little bit better, but we ran them off the 3-point line. They had 1 assist on 19 field goals, and that's what our defense sets out to do. So. We'll look at the film just like we did the Iowa State film. We'll break it down. We'll watch all the minutes with the guys, and hopefully we improve as a result.
Not only have you guys had the great veterans coming in and kind of showing the new guys, but these new guys seem to really have kind of settled in, especially Josiah. I thought settled really nicely into the guard position. What have you seen just from those new guys that's kind of exciting for this season coming?
Yeah, they've all had their moments, and they're all still learning. Ashworth and Trout, even though they're in the rotation, they're still growing. They're still learning. They're still getting more comfortable, and they probably aren't going to be totally comfortable until somewhere in the conference season. But some of the younger guys, like Jonathan Lawson, had a really good night tonight. To your point, I thought Josiah controlled the tempo, got to the rim, did some nice things defensively. He's really, I felt like, elevated his game the last couple weeks. And, Sterling Knox and, Josh Townley-Thomas came in and really did some nice things on both ends of the floor. So that was encouraging to see, and hopefully something we can continue to build on.
Just on kind of a personal note, how cool is it to see the local guys, Josh, Isaac, and Josiah, all kind of have moments tonight in their first game under these lights?
Yeah, I mean, that's for Josiah especially, his family's been part of this program for a long time, and he was a ball boy, and J.J. Farron and his family, Kale's, their family's really close with us and our program. So to see those two guys out there, being able to play on this court when they were, wiping up the floor, 10 years ago as ball boys, it's pretty cool. But I thought all the guys did some good things. The local guys were really good, and obviously, they dream of wearing this uniform and playing on this stage. So it was good to see them have some success.
You said you thought there were a couple things to clean up. What would you like to tighten up?
Yeah, defensively, I thought there was times I didn't like a rebound as much in the second half. I thought the first half it was pretty good. We had a few sloppy turnovers that I think are just a result of not playing with each other as much yet, that we'll clean up as time goes on. But we'll evaluate the film, pull some stuff out, and hopefully fix it in practice before Tuesday.
Kind of on the other side of that, what was one of those strengths that you thought was really solid tonight?
Well, you know, I think offensively, our ability to stretch the floor really showed its face the first half. You know, we had 11 3-point shots made at halftime, and by a number of different guys. So, you know, that's what I think our offense can do. And you know, we were pretty generic in what we ran tonight, and what we did run, I thought we executed relatively well. But you know, that's a positive, and certainly the unselfish component that we have to this roster.
In case we don't talk to you before Tuesday, what do you think Fort A&M, where do you think Fort A&M is going to challenge them most?
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of them yet. I know they're going to press for 40 minutes and, you know, try to turn it over and try to make the game a little helter-skelter. So, you know, we're going to do a walkthrough tomorrow and then, you know, hit the practice floor on Sunday and Monday and get ready for that. And hopefully we have a great crowd on Tuesday night.
Anything else?
Thank you.